Hey everybody, I've been asked to give a 5-minute or less basically talk on what exactly Coseva's advanced TRS is and what makes it different than a standard zeolite. Standard zeolites are a clinoptilolite. There's over 50 types of zeolites, but that's the standard one that's used for detoxification because of its cage structure is just the most absorptive of different toxic heavy metals, mycotoxins, histamines, things like that. The problem is with naturally occurring zeolites is number one, they're a very large particle size, meaning these are only going to work in the upper digestive tract. This means that in order to get heavy metals out of the brain, the heart, the organs, the rest of the body, we have to take the zeolites, which will absorb the toxicity in the upper digestive tract, but we have to use all of these other supplements and products to be able to not only get these metals out of the brain, get these metals out of the heart, the essential organs, we also have to protect the body because these metals, as they're pushed out, they aren't neutralized. They're still toxic, they're still damaging, and so we've got to protect the body from these metals on their way out of the brain, on their way out of the heart, so they can get down to the upper digestive tract to where they can be absorbed by the zeolites. Problem is surface area because many zeolites have a very large particle size, so they can't pick up as many toxins as readily. The smaller the particle size, more surface area it has, the better it can get to absorbing the different toxins. Also, standard zeolites, they become contaminated with heavy metals to begin with. Mike Adams, the Natural News, the Health Ranger, did a wonderful article on this because all natural zeolites, what they do is they absorb toxins. So every, basically, zeolite that's out there has to be refined or they have to get it from a special mine. Even then, though, however, there is still going to be heavy metal contamination. So that's a problem. Many companies will actually wash these zeolites with acids. This is a problem. This ruins the quantum cage-like structure of the zeolites. It basically degrades the zeolite's ability to pick up toxicity. So washing it with acids is not a very good solution. What makes the advanced TRS different, number one, is the particle size. It's a 0.9 nanometer on average, so meaning it's this very, very small particle size which allows it to have a gigantic surface area. Every bottle of TRS has over 350 Olympic-sized swimming pools worth of surface area to absorb toxins. That means every spray has the equivalent of over 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools in its ability to absorb toxins. That is a lot. The other thing that is done is the Coseva Advanced TRS is lab grown from scratch to ensure absolute purity, that there is no heavy metal contamination. That is a really big deal because if we're going to be taking these nanometer zeolites, we want them to be pure and completely clean of heavy metals, funguses, mycotoxins, bacterias, all these different things. We don't want those getting into the body. So Advanced TRS, Coseva has solved that problem by growing it from scratch so that there's absolutely no contamination whatsoever. The next thing that happens is the Advanced TRS is actually these zeolites are bound to a water molecule. It is not just zeolite put into water, shaken up, and then left alone. These are actually, the zeolites are entangled with the water molecule so that the water molecule can help shuttle these things across blood-brain barrier into the organs, the different areas. Because of the small particle size as well, this will also allow the TRS to be able to get into the blood-brain barrier and into the other organs and things. And because these zeolites actually neutralize the toxicity, the positive charge that is on heavy metals, barium, strontium, cadmium, radioactive material, glyphosate, histamines, all of these carry a positive charge. The zeolite has a very strong negative charge, and so the zeolite is a cage-like structure that's very, very negatively electrically charged. So what this does when it comes, plus and minus, basically two magnets, plus attracts and minus, that's what happens with the advanced TRS. It locks it inside this cage-like structure so that the toxicity has been neutralized. So that way when these metals and things start to come out of the body, we don't have the reactivity to where, say, it gets down to the kidneys to be excreted. All of a sudden the kidneys are really, really burdened because the metals are still toxic and haven't been neutralized. That's what makes the advanced TRS so unique, is that it actually neutralizes the toxins. It's this small particle size that's bound to a water molecule, so it can get into the brain, into the organs, and these other hard-to-reach areas of the body, and it completely neutralizes the toxicity so that it's not damaging on the way out of the body, which puts it light years ahead of a standard zeolite, which only works in the upper digestive tract, can be contaminated with heavy metals and other things to begin with, as well as doesn't have a small enough particle size to be able to do a whole lot more than that. So hopefully we kept this at about 4 minutes for you now. Hopefully this answers your questions on what makes the advanced TRS so different from a standard zeolite, what makes it unique and what makes it so darn cool. So if you have any other questions, feel free to throw them out there somewhere and we'll try to get them answered for you.